me. Tell me about me. I mean you. I mean JonnyREcco. Spawning in the top, playing for Core EU Esports, wearing the pink colors and playing Zerg. He is going to be the one who will have to sweat to bring himself back into the series, because right now he's down for the count against this guy, ATCM uThermal, which the CM obviously stands, if you don't know, for CM Storm, who are the or maybe just Cooler Master, one of those, who are the sponsors of AT Gaming. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if uThermal just went with the same build as he did previously, because you know, there's no reason to change it. He is up 2-0. He has only this game to win to go through to the round of 4. And you're only one match away basically for guaranteeing yourself some money. The initiative will have to be on JonnyREcco's side here. And JonnyREcco opening with a 15 hatch. Let's see. This is a little bit longer of a rush distance than Habitation Station, so he might go for a 17 gas or 16 gas. He's not queuing up an additional larva, so he's going for the pool, the safer option. Some players would like to go for like a 16 gas, 17 pool, 17 overlord. But yeah, JonnyREcco playing it very, very safe. He just does not want to have his queens delayed just by 1 second. He wants to take as few losses as possible versus the initial Reapers, which uThermal is getting. So far it looks like he's doing the same build. JonnyREcco going to even scout the Reaper, exiting the barracks. Come on, little Reaper, get out. There we go. Sees it immediately. Going to scout the natural, just to confirm that nothing fishy is going on. He does see the SCV. The SCV is going to build a command center in a couple of seconds. And all is well on both sides of the map. 2 queens on the way for JonnyREcco, 4 Zerglings. That should be enough to defend. The Zerglings are... Oh, 6 Zerglings. Wow, Johnny really wants to shut this down hard. He may even try to run past and just leave the queens to defend. No, he's not going to be running past. And he's microing very well. He hasn't lost a single Zergling right now. Up until... Yeah, still hasn't lost a single Zergling. This is some very good defense by JonnyREcco. Way better than what we saw in the previous games, where he... I mean, in game number 1, he just took unnecessary damage from the Reapers. And here he jumps into the main base. Queen already in position. Loses 1 drone there. But, you know, it takes only 3 shots as opposed... I mean, 2 shots for the Reapers to kill a drone as opposed to 3 shots. Oh, what am I talking about? 3 shots as opposed to 6 shots. Wow. I must be getting really tired. Speed is on the way for Johnny. He is mining with 0 additional drones, so he'll just get the speed and then try to get a fast third base. Again, some Zergs prefer to just leave 1 drone in and slowly get that 100 gas. That delays your third base a little bit. Let's see what uThermal is doing behind this. Yeah, the same follow-up. Third CC already in production. JonnyREcco's speed just now clicked in. He will be able to put down this hatchery no problem. And with speed he's going to be able to kill these Reapers off without any issues. I mean, he's lost 3 drones and a Zergling right up until this point, so that's like 200 resources lost maybe. And there goes... that was the last of the Reapers, as it did go down. And Johnny, is he going to try and be aggressive? I mean, the wall-off is not yet completed. uThermal, however, does have 4 Hellions with this, and we'll have 2 more joining in a moment. So, you know, the wall-off does not have to be up. There is just enough Hellions to very easily defeat this group of Zerglings. I mean, as soon as these Lings see those Hellions, they're going to be running or jumping or flying or skimping, whatever it is they do, they're gonna be running for their lives. They are rather pretty, I have to say. Such beautiful creatures. Here we observe the pack of zerglings in their natural habitat, as the observer is trying to get closer and get a good shot for his camera, because National Geographic pays millions for shots like these. Oops, we've been spotted. Back off, back off, back off. I say, fucking back off. Aliens are going to run by into the third base. And we'll find absolutely no drones there to roast. JonnyREcco adjusting a little bit. Look at this! He's got 30 drones right here. So smart by JonnyREcco. And now he's going to transfer once he knows where the Hellions are. And once he does have the queens in position. Once he does have the creep spread over there. These are all very, very nice moves that Johnny is doing. There's the 1-1 upgrades in sync with the Terrans and the layer going up. We should be seeing a Baneling Nest as well in a moment here. Any second. Johnny, thank you. And yeah, uThermal doing the exact same build. And again, Johnny just does not want to try and pressure the third base. It just does not seem it would work. And I have to kind of agree with him. Versus good Terrans, that kind of just like doesn't work. I mean, Banelings are too slow, even with speed. Even if you already had speed, which is impossible with the build Johnny is doing. Even if you had Baneling speed, it just takes forever for the Banelings to get over there. So you have to commit a lot of Zerglings to that attack. It does buy you time to get Mutalisks up without actually having to make Banelings in certain scenarios, but it's still very risky. 1-1 is finishing up. The first medevacs are gonna be flying from the... there we go. From the starport, and here is the first double medevac drop, just as the previous game and the game before. And in those first two games, it kind of looked like JonnyREcco did not have answer to this. And what did he see that? No, I don't think he saw that. That Ling, however, did see that drop, and the army is already moving into position, morphing more Banelings. That leaves the natural, however, exposed to the Hellions. Good choice there by uThermal trying to get that queen, which will make these Hellions all the more effective. They can actually kite versus the Lings and the Banelings, and that will leave the drones in the third base of JonnyREcco wide exposed. JonnyREcco having to evacuate those, uThermal still targeting down the Banelings and everything in his path. Mining completely abandoned at the third base. Drop still live in the main, and not enough units there to defend. JonnyREcco is scrambling and struggling to split his army correctly, but in the end does clean this up. Oh, such a cute move by uThermal, unloading one Marine at a time directly on top of the Banelings to make them detonate. And here we have more medevacs joining in and more reinforcements marching across the map. This is the march of the German legions, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say Roman legions. This is unstoppable. They will start forming the phalanx and then doing all sorts of evasive maneuvers type Delta Epsilon Z790, which is not entirely taken from Star Trek. Third base falls for JonnyREcco, and again we have the same situation that we had in game number 1. uThermal very effective with this build. Additional barracks. I don't think he actually has any intentions of getting a fourth base. I mean, this build, that's a very basic, as someone pointed out in the chat, it's a very basic, solid Terran build. But man, uThermal is making it work so well. I mean, he's 40 supply up on JonnyREcco, and he has been in every single game. How is this possible? How is this possible? Now, this build has one major weakness. If you actually go up against a decent Zerg player, or well, a very good Zerg player, because this build is very difficult to deal with for Zergs. If the Zerg player knows that you're doing this build, hold on, as we have an engagement. This is not a good place to spread your Marines, but there's just too many of them. Just too many Marines, man. This is insane. Great connections for JonnyREcco. These are the connections that JonnyREcco deserved, but not the connections that he needed. Manor Mules are going down right now, but they may have been a little bit premature as more bandings are rolling in. Unfortunately, they have been wasted on only a couple of Marines. Well done.